Hey everyone, I'm finally going to be doing that review on those SOS spot pens that I mentioned before. So I've actually got 3 ones that I'll be doing. I'll be doing the Nivea Sos-Stick. Then I'll be getting to the Garnier Pure SOS Stylo pen. And the third one will be the Clearasil Ultra Pimple Blocker pen. So elegantly named. Now I'll just quickly mention though, this may not have the same effect obviously on everyone's skin. These products aren't marketed for people that have really heavily acne prone skin, or ones that have already obviously covered in acne or that's already broken through. These are more preventative pens, or to sort of limit the severity of anything coming through, mainly to sort of either get to the root of the area, antibacterial properties and slightly drying properties. So, and also with my type of skin, it's not necessarily sensitive. I'm not prone to a lot of acne or a lot of breakouts, and also I've got sort of combination to oily, so oily around the T-zone, so normal around the most of the face area, except slightly dry under the eye and upper lip. So that's sort of it's the effect that I've had with my skin type and for these types of pens. So obviously these are made to sort of be carried around with you for convenience, sort of like a rescue product. Oh no, something might be coming through, I might be getting a blemish, and you put the product on. Now, the first one is the Nivea SOS Spot Stick. If you watch some of my favourite videos or haul videos, you'll know that I've raved on about this one before, mainly because of the ease of convenience for this product. But I'll be trying to go into a little bit of detail in these 3 products. Now this one is obviously a modern day pen style, so it's nice and thin, nice and light, but you only get 1.8 mils of product, which isn't much in comparison to some of the other ones. And this one does have a little cap, pull off the cap, a little sponge tip applicator, if you can see that, and it's a flat top applicator, so it's quite easy. You get the area, you just press down and out comes the product. And you only get the slightest amount, so you don't really get any wasted product in here, but the main ingredient is salicylic acid. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I know some people are sensitive or find it quite drying, so if you don't really like salicylic acid, the next product might be a little bit more useful to you, but I'm trying to say that you don't get much product coming through with this, so you only get a little bit around the area. Obviously you want it to go around the area for the antibacterial properties, not just on the spot you think it is coming through on. So you apply that 2 to 3 times a day. And one good thing is I don't find it stinging. I find it actually quite refreshing, and it dries quickly, really quickly. So basically I put it on, it's like refreshing feeling, and next thing it's sort of soaked into the skin, so I like that. Also, I haven't had any sort of negative effects. I haven't any sort of itching, redness or anything from the actual product itself, and Australian dollars can retail anywhere between $7 up to $9. I normally pay about $8, $7, $8. This one, or I have seen them marketed at. And for those of you in Australia, you can get it at most grocery stores where it's got the Nivea range, or department stores that carry a Nivea. And it's the Nivea Young range. And I'll put all the details in the sidebar. But overall, although you get only 1.8 mils, because you only use the minimal amount when you apply it, you don't get a lot of you don't get wastage with this. I like that. And it's really easy. I can slip it into my pocket if necessary, if I so wish. I don't necessarily do that, but fits easily into my makeup bag or into my bag. So I like that. And it's fairly unassuming. If you drop this, it rolls out on the floor in front of someone. They're not necessarily going to know what it is. They might have an idea, but it's not fairly obvious that it's a Blemish pen or a pink pen. Next thing is the Garnier one, the Garnier Pure SOS Stylo pen. So sort of like a stylo style or a tube. You get a lot more product. You get 10 mils in this one, so a lot more than the 1.8 in the Nivea. But inevitably, with a lot of these tube type ones, has that same sort of nib. And no matter how careful you are when pressing it, you do get a little bit more product than you want to. It is a thick, clear gel form though. You just got to be careful when you press down, and it's all in one piece, so it's a hard little end. Press down. Being a gel, you do have to work it into the area. Work it in. Probably takes quite a little bit longer to dry than the Nivea, but this doesn't have the salicylic acid. It has zinc eucalyptus and vitamin B in it. So that might be a positive for some people. So zinc, eucalyptus, vitamin B. It doesn't have an overpowering eucalyptus scent. It's only slight. But also it says extra strength. And it really is extra strength. I don't know if it's the zinc or the eucalyptus, but I find it actually quite drying, really, really drying, especially when I get too much product and I'm drying it in after the 24-hour period. I do find that area is quite dry, slightly flaking, which isn't necessarily too good to be using all over your face if you've already got dry skin or if you're fairly sensitive. So I try to use it around my T-zone on sort of obviously heavier duty ones where I think, oh no, something's coming through. So that one. But it's just a sad point that although you get a lot of product, 10 mils in comparison, you do get a bit of wastage. One good thing though, if you squeeze it in your bag accidentally, because it is a screw top, this doesn't actually come off if you screwed it on properly, so that's one good thing. And it's got a little point in the cap, so if it squeezes, it's not going to go anywhere, so it's not going to squeeze into the cap if you've screwed it on properly. Just be mindful. Got that one. The only thing though, frustratingly, is with this one, because you're supposed to be able to carry it around with you anywhere, I apply under makeup and over the top of makeup. It doesn't seem to disturb it, and it soaks in and dries fairly quickly, so there's no disturbance to the makeup and no sort of clumping. With this one being a gel, when I've worn it under makeup and over the top of makeup, so if you're on the go and you're out, apply it over the top, you do get a slight film, and I'll try this numerous times. I get a slight film over the top. It does dry, but when you're applying it over under a moisturizer or putting makeup over the top of it or doing it over makeup, of course you're going to rub the makeup off. If you're putting it under makeup or under moisturizer, when it's dry, I find when I'm rubbing over some makeup or something, it actually clumps up and I see it sort of peeling off, similar to like the clear sort of paper glue that you might spill on you and you rub it and you get that sort of tackiness, it all clumps up. That's what I've experienced with this one, which isn't necessarily good and not necessarily something I want in that SOS pen that I can take anywhere. So it's good though. If you don't have any makeup on, not a problem, put it on, but it may be a little bit drying for you and you may get a little bit of wastage. Third and final one is the aptly named Clearasil Ultra Pimple Blocker Pen. Now I'll just say quickly with this one, if you drop this out of your bag, it's only smallly named, but it's just a shame it's got Pimple Blocker written all over it. So anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's a proper modern day pen style, just like this one, a little bit chunkier, same sort of length, but it is a little bit thicker. This one too, you only get 1.9 mils. This one again is 1.8, so it's only a minimal amount more than the Nivea. This one though, the product inside is a lot like the Garnier, meaning it's like a gel form. And it is a twisty one with a similar sort of nib to the Garnier. That's where the similarity to the Garnier one ends. It is a gel, but this one does have water, alcohol, and salicylic acid, so it's got that salicylic acid in again. Also the nib, although it's similar to the Garnier one, and you twist it, it is slightly longer, and it's flexible. Yeah, it's like a sort of rubbery sort of plastic. So it's good if you're sort of wanting to get around some more edgy areas, so it's a little bit easier to use. But then again, with a lot of the twisty ones, like the tube ones, you do get a little bit more. This one normally, once you've twisted it, use half a twist to get the product out. It's a clear gel, applies like the Garnier, but it seems to dry a lot quicker. I get the slight film effect on the top, but it dries a lot quicker. I don't seem to experience that sort of clumpiness when I'm putting it under moisturizers or putting makeup over the top of it or putting it over the top of other makeup. Rub it in. Don't even really have to rub it in, you just sort of pat it on with this one rather than rub, pat, pat, pat. And it sort of dries, but you do still get a slight film effect over the top, but that appears to dry over time, maybe because it's because of the alcohol and the water content in here. But yeah, and then retails in Australia, I've seen that because it's Clearasil, normally, excuse me, ranges about $12, $13. I think I paid about $12 for this one. And again, you sort of get it at grocery stores, a lot of department stores, obviously Big W, Target, Priceline for those in Australia. But out of the three products, indeed, this one you get the most in, and it's got zinc, eucalyptus, vitamin B, which may be good for some people. but just be mindful you might get a bit of wastage, and it's quite drying, but it is an extra strength product. This one, the least out of the three, 1.8, but I like it overall. This one's probably a close second. But now I'm running out of time, guys, so thanks again. Any feedback on these products, please leave below. If you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to do so. And then again, all the details in the sidebar. Thanks again for watching.